look, there it is. Is everything going how it's supposed to? The things are all moving, man. Everything's moving in the right direction. The little lights and meters and graphs and charts. Relax. We're here, okay? Now, I don't know what's going on with Rumble. I tried that 3 times, and you click a button, and it says, would you like your information from Rumble? Now it's skipping that page. I tried it 3 times. I don't have no idea if we're on Rumble. Facebook Personal did the same thing. Wouldn't lock into the software. I tried it 3 times. Didn't work. So perhaps YouTube and Facebook Blue only. Could be Blue. Blue is good. All right, so welcome to the show. It's the Bottom of the Glass Nation. It is Tuesday, July 16th. It is just after 6 o'clock Los Angeles time. Thank you guys for joining in. For those of you who don't know what's going on, this is the only part of the program I like. This is the only part of Gen X Talks I enjoy. Like talking to you guys, like talking back to me. We have conversations, things make sense. Normally we drink whiskey. I have Jack Daniel's Old Number 7 here. I might be sipping on some hooch as we go. I'm going to recap, get some things we're behind on, got some housekeeping to do. So if you guys are looking for something super intense, no, not super intense, but it also can be very informative. Yeah, can't we smile and have information? Yeah, I think we can. Gen X Talks is Generation X. We are extras. We are Legion of X. We are the Bottom of the Glass Nation here at this. Why? Why are we the Bottom of the Glass Nation here at this show? Well, I'll tell you. The truth is at the bottom of the glass. You guys know this. You guys have been to bars. You've seen people wandering around, and the more they drink, the louder they get, the more they're going to tell you the truth, man. They're going to let it out. Why? Well, they kept drinking. They got to the bottom of their glass, put their glass down, and the truth comes out. Clearly, truth resides at the bottom of the glass. We've all seen it. So we are the Bottom of the Glass Nation because when we get to the bottom of our glasses, the truth comes out. Now, remember, this is a very symbiotic relationship, all right? You guys and me. Me and you guys. You and I and you. Whatever grammar you want to use. I will drink and tell you lie after lie after lie. You will drink and believe lie after lie after lie. If you don't drink, this doesn't work. Nobody can do Gen X Talk sober. I've tried it. It doesn't work. Isn't a good thing. All right, so we have a birthday. It is today. It is Becca Rowland. Now, see, the thing is I was in panic mode over this. I knew there was an email. And I knew it was about a birthday, and Gen X Mom, as you know, your queen, Mama X, as Josh Maddox says. Josh Maddox on staff here. Mama X is in Las Vegas. Now, we've told everybody she's Grammy time and like that, but they had a senior night at one of the strip clubs where you pole dancing for seniors, and she thought she'd give it a try. So I don't know if she placed in the top 3, but we'll know when she gets back. But in either case, she's not here. But in any case, she's not home. She's in Las Vegas, and so I have to figure all these things out. Now I knew that I saw the email, but I didn't know where I saw the email. I didn't know whose email it was in or on what, if it was in a Gmail account, if it was in the Gen X Talks. I didn't know. So I'm scrambling, looking. I finally wasted a ton of time, but I knew it was there. I didn't want to miss it. All right. So what do? I find it. And as I go over to write it in the sheets, over to your left, my right, the sheets, and I can make my notes there, it's already there. So Gen X Mama done it for me. However, Becca Rowland, a happy birthday today. You know what Gen X Mom left out? She cleverly left out, because it was in the email, how old she is. Now, do I divulge that because Becca said how old she was in the email? Do I leave that out because she's a girl and you really shouldn't say? Maybe that was inside personal information for us that we weren't supposed to pass along? Perhaps. I don't know. I'm leaving it out at the moment, but let's just say she's been around the sun quite a few laps. Let's just say Becca's seen some things, all right? I'm not talking about in her personal. I don't know what she's done or I'm not saying Becca's really seen a lot. I don't know her. I'm just saying that she's been around a long time, relatively speaking. Anyway, all right, so let's move on. I'm getting yelled at to pin PayPal, you dumb motherfucker. All right, so on YouTube, let me try to scroll back up and find the pin PayPal, the pin PayPal. There it is, Chippy Pineapple. That is so that if any of you would like to donate in any reason for anything to Gen X Talks. If you would like me and to promote me with my whiskey, then you'd go to PayPal and get the Whiskey Fund or the Singapore Hooker Fund. That's always good too. Yeah, things are necessary in life. All right. And Trippy's giving me more insightful information. All right, Trip, are we good now? Can we stop now, Trip? Move the tip jar, man. He's got all these side notes. But at least I'm listening. It's not like I'm not listening. I'm listening. Justin Bennett over on YouTube, member for 12 months, got his big red one. Bottom of the Glass Nation member, got my big red one. Finally, says, booyah. Loud one. All right, you lot. Smash the like button. Get your damn drinks. Get your place on the bus and sit down, shut up, and hold on. Hey, for how many people breeze through this program, you think you guys could hit the like button for us on the way out the door, at least? It's not that much to ask. It's free. You could do it. Shannon Brigode, member for 10 months. KGXT Studios member. She is a top-tier member. I'll be at the barbecue before my big red one. Well, then you don't get credit till it actually shows up, Shannon. Sorry, I love you, but you don't. All right. Where are we at here? Darren West on Facebook Blue. Did you make that flag in the background? No. Actually, that flag in the background, we have a big get-together. We have a meet and greet once a year in Las Vegas at the end of January. It's the anniversary of Gen X Talks and the Kids' First Videos. We all get together. People come from all over. This particular thing, a fan made by hand, slot by slot, stained and painted. On the back, it's burned with an engraving for me. He burned in there something for me. And then he put it in the back seat of his car, and he drove it. I think it was from Missouri all the way to Las Vegas to hand me that in person. This will always be in the background because of that man's efforts. And he hasn't been around in a little while. I'm hoping he's okay. Someone said he had some medical issues about a year and a half ago. I don't have a way to reach him directly. But that flag was a gift. That flag was driven 2,000 miles to be handed to me in person. I was very grateful. To this day, I'm still grateful and thankful for it. So it will always be in the background on the Bottom of Glass Nation shows. But Darren, I hope that answers your question. Randy Kurtzman, Facebook Blue. Tell the generals that it's 7/16. That it is 7/16/24. Now, what Randy's talking about is this right here. I don't touch that. I never touched that. I ever have. For those of you who've been around the program for 3 years, you know I don't touch that. I've never changed it once. And guess what? Gen X mom's out of town. The kid moved out, and my daughter has no idea about that. It's going to stay there on the 14th until somebody comes along to change it. I don't change it. Randy Kurtzman, you can tell me that is that, but I'm just letting you know it doesn't matter. I've never touched it. That's not my job. No, my job. Somebody else can do that. Saxon, hello, General, fellow Gen Xer here. Thanks for being a voice for the voiceless. You echo most of my thoughts and beliefs. I appreciate that, Saxon. If there's anything that we say around here that resembles anything that you believe in or you enjoy, brings a smile to your face, then we've done our job. And I appreciate you taking time to comment in there. Nightbot, member for 22 months. He's got his big red one, working on his big blue two. He's an extra. Thanks, Nightbot. Cal Vitrix, Facebook Blue. What are your thoughts on getting a 2016 GMC Sierra Denali 240,000 kilometers? Any advice if you know any problems? Yeah. The 16s had problems with their transmissions a lot. Now, you get one that has a guarantee on a factory rebuild with all the upgrades, or go to the aftermarket shops with an upgrade. It's got 3 or 5 years built onto it. You're probably okay. It's a lot of miles, but if you can get it cheap enough, those things last forever. Good rigs. Nightbot, $5. How does this bus stay on the road? 22 months, great driving. That's attributed to Loud One. And Loud One drives this bus. We're all on a bus. When the bus goes off the cliff, that's when the screen goes dark and Facebook or YouTube or Rumble has banned us. Where our streams get pulled, our streams get banned. The kid lost his stream on Monday, got suspended. That is the bus going off the cliff. That means we drank too much and we weren't paying attention to what we were doing, and we went off the cliff. All right. Well, thanks for erasing the stuff I had in the sheets also, guys. That was great. Not sure which one of you did that, but appreciate that. So my notes are gone now. All right. Well, there's a great moderators we got there, I tell you. There we go. Okay. There. Now you can get rid of the Rebecca one. If you hear me talk about it, you can get rid of it. Just erase my whole thing. Trippy's over there going, fuck it, you're on your own. All right, so what was I saying? I had stuff, man. There was stuff in here. Strange things were afoot at the Circle K. I told you guys I wanted to get caught up on some things. So I want to go through some things briefly. I think all of you can sit back and relax. It's time to grab your adult beverage. It's time to dim the lights. You can pull the drapes. I think it's time to put the cat out, let the dog in. Why? Because cats don't like this show. Dogs seem to. So get them out, get the cats out, let the dogs in. Sit back in a chair and relax, okay? Let's cover some of the basics. Let's get back into some of the Gen X talk. I do have some world stuff for you. But let's cover some of the basics. Let's call this a makeup day where we can get some of the housekeeping out of the way. This will be the drag and drop section of the program. Yeah, we're going to do drag and drop, and we're going to cover some stuff. First of all, you guys know that we talk about the Sun Valley Fox, my brother-in-law. We've even had pictures of the Sun Valley Fox. We have 2 decks of cards with your guys' faces on all the cards. Remember when we did that? You guys got some of those decks, and they had you guys, the regulars, have been here a long time. We thought those would be fun, so we had a limited supply of those. We did those. But you don't really talk about my sister-in-law, the Sun Valley Fox's wife, too much. And she's a saint. She's wonderful. But I was trying to find something to describe to you guys the Sun Valley Fox in his heyday. In high school, maybe just out of high school. And, you know, you're looking for the van with the shag carpet. And lo and behold, I found a picture of the Sun Valley Fox's shag carpeted van and his wife. Yeah, in her early years, there's really something to run across that. I was very thankful for it. So let me get to the drag and drop section. We all wonder what she looks like. She's a saint. She's Saint Donna. She's married to Sun Valley Fox. We'll make it. Look at that right there. We'll make this part of the drag and drop part of the program. And yeah, do you see that? There's a good picture of all of the shag. It's 2 inches. It's 2 inches long, 2 inches thick. There's an 8-track player. Everything is orange shag carpet, and there is it's not her. I'm just fucking with you. Actually, she's prettier than that. I've seen pictures of her much younger at that time. So if I compare it to that, much prettier. So that gives you an idea why they call him the Sun Valley Fox. Yeah. I mean, Sun Valley Fox can get a girl like that. Kind of iffy if he could land the wife he has now, but he pulled it off somehow. He probably lied. He probably told her she was going to have stuff she was never going to have. He probably told her she was going to go places she was never really going to go. Same way we all did. But anyway, that's a good representation of the Sun Valley Fox in his dating life. And that's not quite as good a picture as my sister-in-law, but she's close enough to let you know, absolutely gorgeous. And I'm not just talking about the shag carpet that's all around the fucking thing right there. And apparently he did pick like orange and red. Most of the shag carpet guys that I knew from back in that day with their vans and they're cleaning them out on the weekends and you were little kids playing baseball and you kind of look over, they were all green or gold. But according to Gen X mom, that's her brother. She no. Like the orange and dark red was his color. So it gives you an idea. Let's move on. Another drag and drop section. Now, you guys, we talked about VidCon. We went to VidCon this year. Gen X Talks made a presence at VidCon Anaheim. And Trippy Pineapple was there, and the kid was there. He brought his friend Isaac and another staff, Sammy Jo. She was there. We wandered around listening to stuff for 4 days, and I reported back to you guys at the time. They had terrible seminars. Their big day was about a 50% turnout. They did not conduct themselves the way that everybody was wanting to flow VidCon to make it fun and exciting. Now, I know we've talked about this a little bit, but let me share. We always talk about how the pendulum is beginning to swing back the other way in our culture, and we know it's true. We know it's true. There's the woke movement is getting shoved to the side. It's like, we don't care anymore, dude. Be woke. Be who you want to be transgendered, fine. But quit asking to be to the front of the line. You don't get special treatment. Just because you're transgendered, you're no more special than I am. I'm no more special than you. It's the same with the woke movement and Black Lives Matter and Me Too. Everybody's just kind of, we're over it now. As a country, this is what we do. As a country, things come and go kind of like a fad. And even if there's some substantial, you group it in with too much bullshit, even if there's some substantial thing that you need help with, that you need addressed, that is some stuff that needs to be looked at. When you scream and holler and yell and chant and protest and demand to be to the front of the line, eventually this country goes, okay, whatever, dude, and we move on. Would you not agree? So the same is happening across the board in social media. The restrictions have been lifted so much in the past year and a half. You couldn't say COVID, oh, you're banned, you're out of here. It was true. You couldn't say, well, transgendered. Now, it's still tougher on TikTok on that platform. They're still much more critical But overall, the mood of the country has been like, okay, we get social media. I want to watch funny stuff. If I want news and lies, I know where the news and lies are. I come here to find out some cool shit. Unfortunately, VidCon, it seems for me from being down there for 4 days, and I went last year too. We took the family and Gen X Talks family. They're not paying attention to the mood of the country. They did not have good seminars. They did not have good lectures. These people were still very woke. These people were still very pendulum, way, way over to the left. And not as many people showed up. And not as many speakers came. The quality of the whole thing went down. And why do I bring that up? Because they actually canceled VidCon in Baltimore. Yeah. They're not paying attention to who needs to be out there talking and who wants to talk about interesting stuff. Everything is still political. Everything is still watch what you say, be careful. Why? The country's moving on, and everybody knows the country's moving on. The pendulum is swinging, and everybody knows the pendulum is swinging, but you want to hang on to that stuff. This is what happens when you hang on to this ideology, when you hang on and say, no, we're going to do it my way. And there's going to be men and women's bathrooms, and there's going to be men and women's sports and all the other stupid stuff that goes along with the transgender movement that doesn't need to be there. Those things don't need to be there for a person to be transgendered. You think they do, but they don't. So they canceled this one. Just one of those things that I try to tell you, it didn't look good in Anaheim. And Anaheim's one of their big ones. So letting you guys know the pendulum is swinging the other way. Now, what was I going to say here? It had something to do. I think I got these in order. Let me try them again. All right. This is one that went for a vote. You guys really got to listen. If you can't see it, listen to me. I'll make it a little bit bigger for you. Now, I just grabbed this off the TV real quick. The House the other day passes the SAVE Act. Did you guys hear about that? It was a simple bill to ensure that if you're going to vote, you have to be a citizen. You have to have a citizen ID. Now, you can look down there. All the Republicans voted for it. Well, there's a couple that didn't vote at all. And almost all the Democrats voted against it. It was what a telling thing. If you want to vote in an American election, you must be an American citizen. A United States election, a United States citizen. Why is that so hard to grasp? And the Democrats go, oh, no. That's oppression. That's racist. You can't do that. So there's all these things that came out because it hurt the Democratic Party. It hurt them because so many people, even the Democrats, went, what the fuck are we doing? Well, you tipped your hand, man. But take a look at why. I didn't make this, other people did. You need an ID to buy alcohol. You need an ID to buy a house. You need an ID to open a bank account. You need an ID to get a job, right? Do you not? I think you do. Sounds right to me. Where are we? What is it on there? And what's the bottom ones? You need an ID to buy cigarettes and to purchase a gun. Now, if you need an ID to do all those things, are any of those things racist? Do they scream and yell and say, oh my God, what do you mean I need an ID to buy alcohol? Oh, this is fucking racist, man. That's oppressive. Well, you need an ID to get a bank account. Fuck you, I should get a bank account with no ID. You're a racist, you're a fascist. You hear them screaming it. Why aren't they screaming about this? In fact, if anything, with guns, they want more restrictions and more identification. They don't just want to know your name and address and phone number and how tall you are. They want to know even more about you. They want to identify you even deeper. Do you have any medical conditions? Do you have any mental conditions? They want that one even further. Is that even more racist? Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. Dumbasses over there on the left, and they voted against it. A simple bill. It passed, but it's going to get killed in the Senate because the Senate is racist. So that'll be a fun one to talk about. All right, what else? There's something moving right along here. In the drag and drop section of the program, a little nod for Gen X Mom. I'll show this real quick because she was so tickled about it. We talked about this before, where she runs the Instagram account for the kid and does a lot of posting and comments on there. And there have been celebrities more so in the past 6 months than ever. Celebrities that she goes and verifies to their page who they are, and companies that have been liking her post, commenting on her post, reposting some of her posts. So she gets a kick out of that because that's kind of cool. Little nod to Gen X mom, your queen there, little recognition. So this is her Instagram post. Now, why am I showing this one? Did a celebrity who really likes chicken get involved? No. Pioneer Chicken did. Yeah. Pioneer Chicken has an Instagram page apparently, and they reposted this on their site, which was kind of cool. And so Gen X mom was thrilled, and she came bounding into the room and was tickled that she got to see this. But so just so you know, Pioneer Chicken at least has some connection, some following, someone there follows Gen X Talks enough. I don't think they just randomly came by and saw that. No. I think Pioneer Chicken comes by all the time on Gen X Talks on the Instagram page. And when they found that, they scooped it up and reposted it. And so that's a little nod to Gen X mom there. All right. So I'm going to let me jump back over here and read the sheets real quick. I don't want to neglect you guys. Nick Prather, Facebook Blue. Did the kid join the Corps? He did not. Justin Bennett, $5. Just wanted to say thanks for doing your show with Zipix. I got mine last week, and they've helped me out a lot. I would never have found them. Without them. I would have never found them without the show and the Zipix. Yeah, Zipix they've been a small sponsor. They're considering being a bigger sponsor of the kids program. And so he's working on that with them, with Jacob. Jacob's are one of our brand managers. And so, yeah, the Zipix thing, it is really cool. Zipix is it's a nicotine stick. Mike Perkins is one of the biggest advocates for it. Mike's a big part of the program. He's been a big fan of and a friend of the family in the program for a long time. And he uses them, and he's an Uber driver. So imagine he's got the muscle memory of doing this with the stick. He's got the stick for the nicotine, and no more tar and smoke in his lungs. And his Uber, doesn't smell like cigarettes. And there's a ton of stuff that goes good for that. In fact, we just got through arguing. I got through arguing that with my daughter just yesterday. So she came in with her camera bugging me for more Zipix. I told her to go buy some. Anyway, you'll see. I'm sure that'll be a short you guys can laugh at in a little bit here. But yeah, Justin, Zipix it's a cool thing helping a lot of people. So if it helps you get off cigarettes and vaping, then you don't got the chemicals. Then you can worry about getting off the nicotine after that. Chief One, when will the Gen Z kid go live again? Well, he went live twice yesterday. He had 2 shows yesterday. You guys really seem to be enjoying his jukebox show. And that's the one. He's going to have to go back to members only. So you guys are going to have to be a member to be part of the jukebox show, because he got all sorts of restrictions from YouTube and got flagged. But he'll go back. Care Brad, $2. Who is the $2 whore? I'm not telling you who the $2 whore is. That's for you and Sweets to figure out if Sweets shows up. Inside there, every time you donate $2, a $2 whore drops in there. I'll make the jar a little bit bigger for you guys to keep it fair. While I'm talking to Care Brad, there was a little bit of a controversy. I did get your email about the gold coins. There's gold coins hidden all over the United States, physically hidden, hidden all over the United States. And there's more coming. But you guys have been solving all the riddles and clues and driving around the United States. It was in Winslow, Arizona. It was in Eugene, Oregon. It was in Carson City, Nevada. There was one in Texas. Yes, they're out there. And there's more appearing on the East Coast. But Care Brad was like, hey, I heard from Loud One that we can only have one per family, because she's aggressively going out there. That was the rule in the beginning. But you guys have had actually a different person each time. So I'm not going to say 1 coin per household. I'm going to say I'd like a different person each time. So if Care Brad goes out and finds a second one, then she's got to hand it to her son and go, stand here. I know you're 5 years old, but you drove to New Jersey and you found this. As long as they're a different person, that's fine with me. Do what you want. Care Brad, you can have more. That's an executive decision that I just made. So that should help you out. Now, the reason it's important to find the coins is, you get a $100 gift card, which is coming at the end. Everyone who did it will get their $100 gift card. They're going to get all their little gear from Gen X Talk. Some of the sponsors are kicking in some stuff to get. So you're going to get a bucket full of cool stuff. Everybody who got a gold coin, but only the gold coin people. Only if you have a gold coin can you be part of the the big hunt at the end. There's a big one. There'll be 2 coins. There'll be big coins like dollars, silver dollars painted in gold, and they will be hidden. They'll be hidden at the same time. It'll be a big race for everybody. That's a big prize. That might even be a sponsor. There's a couple sponsors that are thinking about sponsoring the gold coin, and every show, every podcast, every live stream, we're going to dedicate a little bit to who's doing what where and how close they're getting to the gold coins. That'll be really interesting. So we will update you guys in each show, like, hey, who's the furthest along? We'll have a leaderboard on how many clues they're along, how far they've gone, where they've traveled. We'll put up on our website. We'll just make a page for that. That'll be a whole lot of fun, but you can't participate unless you have one of these 50 gold coins. They're not all hidden yet, but even the ones that are out there, they're not all found yet either. All right, just letting you guys know. Now, Sweets, member for 1 year, is the $2 whore loud one. It is not loud one. It is not, and it's someone you know, Sweets. It's someone you know, so don't give me that shit like, you picked someone I didn't know. You took a picture off the internet. No, I didn't. I'm not giving you any clues. Bob McKinley, member for 1 year. Mike Perkins is the $2 whore. No, thank you, Bob. Thank you for playing. Insurmountable Cali Cat, member for 23 months, still has her big red one, is the $2 whore Mike Dawson. 1 more month and I'm a big blue too. Yeah, no, it is not Mike Dawson. You guys are beating around the bush though. You're getting close. Shoeless One gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships to Paul Wilson, Steffi owners, That Dude, Tina V, and Justin Ride. You guys can all now take a peek behind the curtain. When the show's over, go to the Gen X Talks community section on YouTube, and there's 3.5 years of behind the scenes cool stuff. You guys can do it on Facebook too. There's a Facebook page called the General's Lunchbox. It's $1, but if you go there, you get a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we don't give for normal public consumption. Yeah, that's what's going on there. Samuel Pancake, member for 17 months. Thank you. He's an extra. Sweets, member for 1 year. How's Mrs. Ford doing? She checked in with everybody today on our staff thread. She said good morning, and then I didn't hear from her. Now, I don't want to say that's totally discouraging because sometimes when Mrs. Ford, she's still figuring things out to recover. Sometimes she doesn't text us because she's been doing medical stuff. She got doctor's appointments or she's doing things, and then she's really tired when it's over. So if I didn't hear from her for a few days, I'd start to be worried. But I did hear from her this morning. We do stay in touch pretty much every day, and I can't help it. I think of her all the time. She would block me if I texted as often as I thought of her. So I try to keep it simple and short just to make sure she has contact and she's okay. So what I know, you guys know. Kyle Wild gifted 5 Gen X Talks membership over here on YouTube. Sean for notes, Larry Bentley, Matthew Carlin, Paul Sherrick, and Crazy Canuck. You guys can all take a peek behind the curtain when the show's over too. Graham Gordon, $5. Chase Oliver, Libertarian 2024. The Canadian is going to interfere with the U.S. elections. Chase Oliver, Libertarian. This Canadian is going to interfere with the U.S. election. Well, anytime there's a third party candidate in an American election, if he is a conservative candidate, he ruins the conservative Republican chance. If he is a libertarian or a socialist or a progressive, he steals votes away from the Democrat side. So that guy, by your description, going to hurt Biden. That's how that's going to go. Care Brat, man, for 28 months. It will be the husband, thank you. Okay, well, I wasn't telling you who to care about. Wasn't telling you have to pick a 5-year-old child. No, I'm just saying, got to be somebody else. Paul C., welcome to being an extra. Thank you very much. I'm caught up on the sheets now. All right, so let me go back to the drag and drop section because I had important stuff to say. Not that what you're saying isn't important. Of course it is, but I love the sound of my own voice, so we have to get back to what I want to talk about. All right, I'm going to look over here in the comment section real quick. Okay? I'm going to look over I just want to put something up. Let's say this was a news article. Let's say this was a headline. Okay, you with me? Let's say this was a headline on your news feed. Scrolling through Google and bum 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 bing, this comes up. What would you tell me? You had to text me. You see, like, oh shit, I got to tell the general. I want to know what you tell me. Ready? Let's see what this is. Anybody? The drag and drop section of the program continues. Anybody? Moderators on Facebook, you can put something up on Facebook for me, the first person who says something clever. But I'm going to look over here. I'm looking myself. I'm reading the YouTube comments because I can. It's the one I can read. See what you guys would text me if you saw this. Anybody? Come on. You guys got to be able to say something here. Okay, I'm waiting to see. Ms. J.D. Vance opinions. Shadows Light. Christmas. Hans is back from the dead. Evening, John. Yippee-ki-yay. There we go. Who wrote that? Hans is back from the... Oh, that's Mary Mistretta. I love Mary Mistretta. Now you guys are getting it. All right. That was what I was waiting for. I was seeing if anybody got the joke there, if that came through as a news article. Thank you. That's what John McClane, Merry Christmas. There we go. It's a Christmas movie. All right. Well, that was good. That's what I want to see. Sometimes, come on, you guys. Sometimes I got to check the temperature of the room and see if you guys are paying attention. I know you guys have a lot of side conversations. I'm all right with that. I just want to know every now and then if somebody's like, holy shit, the general just put something up on the board. Yeah, every now and then I do that. Every now and then I say something. Goddamn hippies. All right. So, all right. Let's back up. Let's get into a couple things. Let's just walk down the political road real quick. I know, you guys doing podcast. I got so much other stuff to talk about. Well, you know what I should have done? We're talking about the gold coins. The latest gold coin. Yeah, this was the one found in Texas. The latest gold coin on the drag and drop section of the program. Yeah, that's who found that one. That was in Texas. Anybody know who that is? Can you read it? And what does it say? It says Blue Knight, Care Brat, and Shadow Grows Longer. I still think it was Care Brat. She put it in his hand and said, here, hold this. But he did it. There was a little bit of a drive. There was some confusion. They drove down there. A park ranger apparently said, what the fuck are you guys doing? They're like, oh, we're looking for a gold coin. And then they were driving home. If I'm getting the story right, they were driving home. They received an email from me, which was the next clue. They got a hotel room, turned around and went back the next day, and then they found it. That's some of the dedication. Shannon Brigodi drove 4 hours at least twice, I think 3 times, to get to a gold coin in Winslow, Arizona. I mean, there's some stuff going on here, man. You can't just go, I know where it is. Do I win? No, you don't. All right. Should have covered that in the beginning. Missed that with my gold coin. All right. Let me move on. I'm going to try to get these things in order here. If I get them out of order, that kind of ruins it. Let me see. This is here. This is there. I'm going to say, let's see if I get this right. All right. So let's go to this one first. This is in California. This is out where I live. I do live on the West Coast. Elon Musk says he's moving SpaceX and X headquarters from California to Texas. Now, this is the news article. You never know if these things are exactly true or not. So sometimes you got to open them up and read, and you go through 13 pages of stupidness before you find out that he's thinking about it, or it's unconfirmed, or we don't know if it's real, all sorts of stuff. But this is the first one I saw. All right. I'll go along with that. So, let me make sure this is the second one here. Yeah, so you poke around on Twitter, or as he calls it now, X, and you're like, all right, so let's go over there and see if, because Elon's really good about sending us those messages and what he's doing. What does this say? There was a new law that passed. Gavin Newsom signed AB 1955 today, which bans schools from making rules requiring parent notification if a child identifies as transgender. And Elon came around and said, this state will take away your kids in California. He's not wrong. I know you guys, that's just being drastic. Now you're being drastic and dramatic. No. Think about what this says. Now, you got to listen to the logic of the left. You got to listen to the logic of Democrats. Now, pay attention. They just signed that into law that individual schools are not allowed to pass a rule in their schools that parents get notified. Now, the school says, hey, at our school, if there's a kid trying to do this kind of stuff, this kind of change, and the pronouns and the transgender, we're telling the parents. We're going to make a rule at this school that we're going to inform the parents on what's going on with their child. No, you're not. Because the tolerant, loving left says, no, you're not. If your 9-year-old is having some issues working this out, you don't get to be involved in that decision. Can the school? Well, of course. We're part of the government. Of course we can be involved. We know everything. Hold on. R2D2 over here is making more noise than he's allowed to. All right. So follow me on this. The school says we want to pass a law that a child can tell. We can tell what's going on with the parent. We can tell the parent, hey, your child's going through some stuff here. Tell the parent, inform the parent. The parent can be involved. The left, the Democrats go, no. You cannot be involved. But the teacher can. The principal can. Counselors can. The school nurse can. They all can be involved in helping this child decide. Now, I haven't heard anybody talk about this aspect yet. So maybe you're hearing it first, or maybe there's just a bunch of people like me that haven't said it out loud. The left will tell you why it's important to listen to the child, to put the child in counseling, to get the child's words and try to because it's a very difficult transition. It's very hard for them. They're not understanding their feelings. It's complicated. It can become a mental issue for them. So the left comes in at you, says, do you not understand how difficult, how challenging, how mentally preoccupying this whole thing can be? They say that all the time, don't they? I hear it all the time. They say that and they make it up to be this big medical, mental, emotional position that this child is struggling through. All right. Then if this is a big mental and medical, because you guys want to allow them to inject and do, it's a medical part of the aspect of this too. You can't deny that. If it is mental, if it is medical, if it is emotional, if it's traumatic, it's a big thing. You just passed a law that the parents can't be informed. You just passed a law that if a school discovers that a child is in this mental turmoil, this mental anguish that can lead to emotional and physical and medical consequences, you just passed a law that says, shh, don't tell the parents. If they find out on their own, fine. Don't tell them. Shh. That's all your law said. Can you know? Yeah. Can the teachers know? Yeah. You guys can all know. Everybody at the school board can know? Yeah. But not the parents. You just passed a law that said don't inform the parents when the child is going through a very difficult moment in their life, is what you just said. You can't take it back now. You can't say, oh, no, it's not difficult. They wake up one day, they know. No. You have been pounding into us for years now. That is not how that goes. Now, I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. But I have been around the sun 56 times on this rock. And I picked up a few things. I learned a few things. I'm a keen observer of human nature. And the one thing about this whole situation that I can tell you, I'm not talking about the parents. I'm not talking about the child. I'm not talking about transgendered people at all. I'm talking about the left politicians. There's only one. Out of all this, I have a lot of things I don't understand. I will admit that. A lot of things I don't connect with because I'm having trouble getting there, but I listen. But I do know one thing. Those left liberal socialist politicians, you guys are fucking assholes. I mean, in the purest definition of a fucking asshole, in Webster's dictionary, under F, there's a picture of you guys. Who would pass a law that if a child was going through something difficult and traumatic, who would pass a law that says, shh, don't tell the parents? Comma, you miserable fucks. It's just me. Like I said, maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe I don't get it. Maybe you have to go beyond common sense and reason. Maybe, you know what, if I buy a ticket and I go to Buena Park and I wait in line and I go into Disneyland and I take a little map and I walk back to Fantasyland and I park my big, fat, natural, white ass down on a bench with a churro, maybe if I'm sitting in Fantasyland All these things will make sense. Because I know if I walk over to Tomorrowland, you guys are in for a rude awakening. Nah, that's enough of my Disney metaphors. You know what? I wasn't really sure where I was going with that, with the Disneyland thing, but I got to tell you, it was rock fucking solid. Oh my God, that was fucking great. I got goosebumps. I amaze myself sometimes. Yeah, my wife says that too after sex. She's like, yeah, you're really proud of yourself, aren't you? And I have to say, well, somebody needs to be. All right, Pierre Mitchell. Schools complain as parents we don't get involved enough, and then they do this. No shit. Yeah, things get fucked. Pierre's right. You get fucked up at school. I think he's over on Facebook Blue. Well, he didn't say, but it's blue, so it's current. I still got to learn the coding of the sheets. But he's right. They complain when parents don't get involved. They blame the parents, like, it's not us at school here fucking up your kids. You guys aren't involved. Oh, yeah? Well, we're trying to be involved. You passed a law that said, shh, don't tell us anything. Yeah, Pierre Michael is in Facebook Blue. Bob McKinley, member for 1 year. Okay, fine. Then is the school system going to be responsible for the medical, mental health issues and care for them? No. They just pass along a note and say, hey, for the past 3 years, your kid's been struggling with this. We didn't tell you, but we helped him along, and now your boy is a girl, and here are the $30,000 in medical shots and procedures you're going to need to pay. Have a nice day. Oh, and you're welcome. Yeah. All right. Wildcat 279. Harbor Freight thoughts. Why did I say Wildcat? My eyes are bad. It's Kyle Wild, and I said Wildcat. I'm still thinking of my wife in Vegas swinging on those poles, trying to place in the top 3 in the seniors division. All right. The good part is she's not listening to the program. She doesn't listen to anything I say, so she's never going to know. Harbor Freight. Any serious tools I would not buy from Harbor Freight. When I'm home, I'm not in a professional capacity, and there are things that I very rarely use. I'm not using an impact gun, all day long, 6 hours a day. There are some small things I would pick up from Harbor Freight. I think I got a wheelbarrow from them one time. It was all right. Still works. I think we're good there. There's some stuff on that. I'm not gonna make Harbor Freight leave the chat. All right, the Squared Circle with Tech Dumb Dad member for 13 months, got his big red one. He is a top tier member, KGXT Studios. Hey, General, wife is doing good. No surgery necessary, no concussion. She got all clear, so I'm back on track and ready to get some work done. I'll be in touch as soon as possible. It's one of my covert operatives deep behind enemy lines. He's a cool cat. His wife took a tumble. We've been talking. He disappeared for a couple of days. Turns out he had to tend to her. She got released, but he had to be there every day to help her get situated. Jesse, he's a great husband. He's a great guy. Real good fan of the program. He's one of those guys who's about as close to being on staff as you can get without being on staff. TS Jedi, $2. Die Hard is Christmas. It is. I agree with that. Now, Bruce Willis, during a roast, he got out there and said, it's not Christmas. And then I'd say, well, but you were getting dementia, so what do you know? I know you shouldn't talk about that. It's a joke. Relax. Pretend we're on Comedy Central, then everything's okay. Phil's Garage member for 6 months is Two Bear, the $2 Howa. Two Bear could never be the $2 whore. And Two Bear's whorish nature, he's not worth $2. I would not give him that upgrade. Kevin Grimes, member for 2 years, is a $2 whore. Noster X. Almost was. That is so weird. Almost was. Almost was Noster X. Loud one, $21. I hate this damn jar is full. Clean it out. Did you guys see when the blue diamonds went in the jar? You give over $20. And over here, the blue diamonds fall and they blow up the jar. Oh, fucking, it just sends everything flying. Now, we got little green guys in there. Those are new members. We got the $2 whore faces and those peaches. Those peaches. Those peaches are a perfect cast of Mrs. Four Watton's beautiful peach-shaped ass all the way from Tennessee. No, we had her sit down in a mold. We took that mold to a rendering guy, and he made that. So you're looking right there. That's just full of Mrs. Four Watton's ass-shaped peaches in there. Don't forget that. It's a true story. Or at least true, it's a story. All right, we're back over the top. All right, let's get back to the drag and drop section of the program. I had more stuff to say. I wasn't done with Elon Musk. I got sidetracked by our buddy there, Gavin Newsom. Okay, let me go. So what did Elon actually say? Because he reported on that he didn't like what Gavin was doing with the law. And they said he was leaving. So then you walk around and guess what you find? You find the actual tweet. Elon Musk, this is the final straw. Because of this law and many others that preceded it, attacking both families and companies, SpaceX will now move its headquarters from Hawthorne, California to Starbase, Texas. What do you think? You know how much that's going to cost him? It's going to cost a fucking grip. It's going to cost a grip. I don't care. I'm leaving. I'm fucking out of here. I'm done. What a great statement. He's right. They're attacking the family unit, just like in California. If my wife and I got divorced, our taxes would come down a little bit. Because we're legally married in the state of California, there's a little bit of a penalty for being married. We have to pay a little more because we're married. True story. That's what the Democrats have done. And they all walk, oh, no. Elon's bad. The general's bad. You guys are... No. You know what I saw today that was encouraging, since we're on the topic, and because my wife's not here to tell me not to talk about it? I scroll through TikToks. Well, I do Facebook Reels. I'm not really on TikTok, but Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts. I get caught up down the rabbit hole like everyone does. And I'll bet you, I was on YouTube. I'll bet you, had to have been 50, maybe a little more, of different ones that went through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, of course. But there was 50 of them in there that says, I'm a Democrat. And I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm a Democrat. The guy says, I'm a Democrat. I'm finally tired of trying to lie and explain all of the stupid stuff. You guys give us answers. And this guy says, I almost can't stomach it when I have to give a reply, an answer. Why does the Democratic Party act this? Why is a candidate behaving this? Why? And I give these, and he goes, I just can't cover for you guys anymore. It's so ludicrous. Another guy says, to stay aligned with the Democrats, you have to close your eyes so many times and just go, okay, there's just a narrow slice of truth here, and then you just pretend that it applies everywhere. There was one today that came. The guy says, he goes, I'm done now. I was almost done with the abortion thing. He says, because the Democrats know the abortion for saving the mother's life and the child is an issue, medical issue, and therefore all abortion should be legal in any state, under any situation. He goes, I knew that wasn't right. He goes, I know it's not right. I know it's a baby. I know it is. We all say, no, it's a group of cells and it's a fetus and it's flesh. And we know what to say. The guy says, we know what we're supposed to say as Democrats. We know the talking points. And we have to focus in on this one thing to pretend we have to keep the abortions legal because of the one small, if the mother's health, the baby's health, and all of them should be legal. He goes, but I knew it wasn't right. He said, I've been saying it for years. He goes, he voted for Obama, voted for Hillary, voted for Biden. But I must have gone through 50 of those just coming across the page that people saying, I'm done. I'm either switching to Republican or I'm going to become an independent. Most of them were becoming independent, I think, is if I remember right. But they were done, and they described it. They gave a real honest interpretation. Like I'm done. I'm done covering for you guys. I'm done trying to so hard. Like, la 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 la. Just listen to what we're saying. We have a real small point right here, and just pretend it fits every la 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 la. And that's what they've been doing. And they said it. They said, this is what I've been doing. This is the way I've been behaving. This is what I was taught. And I just can't stomach it anymore. How bad is it that your bullshit has gotten so bad that even the press is now turning on you? And now your base, your fans, your followers, all the people that trusted you have gone, I can't cover for your bullshit anymore. I don't even believe it anymore. I don't even believe the lies that I'm telling. I don't even believe it anymore. Now, there'll always be diehard holdouts that, no, it's the truth and we're right, you're wrong. All right, well, stay blue. I don't care. Do what you want, man. It's a free country, mostly. But I just letting you know, I thought it was amazing at how many of those people were coming out and just going, here's my name, here's who I am, and I don't give a shit if you know anymore, and I'm done with this bullshit. I've never seen it. You think there'd always be a little bit of that going on. Every election cycle, midterm, you think there'd always be. I've never, ever seen anything like that in these numbers before. Not even close. Just imagine if I'd have stayed on there longer, how many more? 100? 1,000? How many are actually out there? 1 million? What does it take to turn someone from their party to where they make a fucking video? Most of them just like, oh, fuck that, I'm done, and they walk away. These guys took time to make a video. They made a TikTok. They made a reel about it. And believe me, that kind of shit, they're not doing it for views. They're not going to get 1 million views. It's not going to be a viral video, but they had to say it out loud, and they wanted everybody to know. It's fucking huge. Whether you want to admit it or not, it's fucking huge. All right, let's go back. Where was I? Was I done? I was almost done. I think I was done. I was getting close to being done. Yeah, so that was that part. What else was there? Oh, a quick one from Putin. Yeah, Putin sent me a message, because I'm a Russian operative, clearly. And I thought I don't read these to you guys. We don't do this all. Very rarely do I put 3 paragraphs up there. Russian President Vladimir Putin will not be calling former President Donald Trump after he was shot at the campaign rally over the weekend. The Kremlin spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, said Monday, as the Russian government accused the Biden administration of creating an atmosphere that led to the attack. What do you mean by that? Well, they have the quote right here. We do not, sorry, my throat. We do not at all think or believe that the attempt to eliminate presidential candidate Trump was organized by the current government. I think we would all agree with that. But remember, what's the rule my grandfather said? Anytime someone tells you something, as soon as you hear the word but, everything before it was bullshit. But the atmosphere that this administration created during the political struggle. Wait, let me read that again. But the atmosphere that this administration created during the political struggle, the atmosphere around candidate Trump, provoked what America is faced with today. Same thing everybody's saying. I'm saying Biden did it. I'm not saying Schumer and Pelosi did it. They all ran around going, he needs to be stopped at all costs. He needs to put a target on his back. We need to make sure he can't do that. He cannot sit in the Oval Office. Yeah, we got you. And then you're shocked when somebody actually steps up and does something about it. You're like, oh, whoa, wait, hold on a second. I wouldn't. Don't blame me. I didn't do it. Even the Russian government says, you fuckers did this. You created this situation. Take responsibility for it, you miserable assholes. Well, okay, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what Putin said to me when we talked. I know he can't go on record, but that's what I heard. All right, one last thing from the political front. This was a mind blower for me. Having the leader of the Teamsters at the Republican National Convention is massive for the first time in history. Because the Teamsters Union always votes Democrat, no matter what. You can have the worst, most vile creature running, and they go, check the blue box, that's what they do. And they tell all the union, rank and file, you're voting blue. They have close to 1.3 million members who always vote Democrat. Titled here, The Game Has Changed. For those of you that are new to this, it won't have as much of an impact as it does for some old timers like myself, like Mrs. Four, the Sun Valley Fox. People have been around a little bit. This is fucking huge. I can't even tell you. This is just like, it's almost like Jesus walking on water. You got to stare and go, what did I just see? If you guys would have told me this guy was showing up, I go, no, he's not. That was a joke. He ain't showing up. There's no fucking way. And there he was. All right. So let's move on to something a little bit easier to deal with here. You guys have sent me some stuff that had some correlation. And you guys, okay, there was like a thing we're talking about on one of the threads with one of you guys. We got into this pretty deep. And you guys unanimously decided that this was your ice cream of choice. Okay. I'm not going to argue with you. But I didn't like these things. I like ice cream sandwiches. Maybe a drumstick or something, but that was it for ice cream. But it apparently, I touched a nerve with you guys. Is this really that good? I've had these before. I've had some. Of course you do as a kid. 12 or 13 of them, I guess, when I was growing up. It just wasn't my thing. But my God, did you guys come across and say this was the shit? Every one of you. Every single one of you. So I don't know. You can thumbs up or you can thumbs down on Facebook and on YouTube. Just thumbs up or thumbs down. Are there going to be more thumbs up here? Because I'm not going to argue with you, but my God, I don't even know if they make these things anymore. That's how in tune I am. All right, where was I? Bump, 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 bump. All right, here's when we got into an argument with also, and I don't know. You guys seem to have, there was so many of you didn't even know what we were talking about with this. You had no idea that this was even a thing. I doubt that it's still out there. I don't remember it being readily available when I was a kid, but I have had this quite a few times. It was super flavorful. It didn't last very long. And then I used to keep the little bags. That's what I did, keep my stuff in there, little dice or things in there. I just thought the bags were cool. But this was by no means my favorite gum. Not when you got Bubble Yum, Bubblicious. No. This was good. I liked it. It was a novelty thing. But I wouldn't say it was the best gum ever. My God. There was some of these people were talking about, like, it's not even gum. It was hard candy. I go, fuck you. It was gum. I was there. So you can argue all you want, but you can't argue with me. I was fucking standing right there. All right, you guys sent me a bunch of video game stuff. But I wanted the only one that and maybe I'm wrong. I can think of one other instance in here, but I want to show you something on video games from back in the day, the arcade stuff. Now, why was this game, Super Mario Brothers, why was this a game changer? First of all, Mario, Donkey Kong, Mario's from Donkey Kong was a big thing, before Mario Kart and all that, and before the Nintendo. But this was one of the very few games you could play as a team. Now, you could play Joust. Those of you remember Joust, but you were kind of playing against each other. You'd knock each other down. Joust, but it did have 2 players on the screen. There was Gauntlet, where there was 4 players as a team. I got you, but this hit the market, and it long lines. When we were at the Northridge Grand Prix out there by the Northridge Fashion Center in California, the longest line when this came out was here, and they had 2 of them. I'm just telling you guys. So all the pictures you sent, you guys want me to talk about it and comment on all other stuff, then this is the one. This is the one I want to tell you. I will tell you something. A little side story here. You guys all know the game Asteroids. I think we've all played that. Not the Atari pink and yellow and blue version. No, the arcade version. So I'm going to say it was 1970. No, it was later than that. 80, 81. Anyway. I went down to Prescott, Arizona, because we had family down there. So all of our family caravan down from Southern California to Prescott, Arizona. And my uncle owned Iron Springs Off-Road. He started it and owned it for 40 years or whatever it was. And if any of you know Prescott, Arizona and Iron Springs Off-Road, that was his place. Anyway, so we go down there every summer and visit relatives. And I was in a Safeway. One video game on the way out, and it was called Deluxe Asteroids. And I went, holy shit, I'm a kid, 10, 11 years old. What the fuck, 12 years old? Deluxe Asteroids, what is this? So I played it. I went back home. I tried to tell all my kids in my neighborhood in L.A., Los Angeles County, at Village Christian School, I'm telling my classmates, everyone says I'm full of shit. I said, there's not one here. Nobody's seen it. Not one 7-Eleven, not one Circle K, not one Chuck E. Cheese, nothing. Turns out, you find out later in life, that they put those things in different places to test them. Then beta testing is over, so this is whatever's next. They put them out in different places and see how they do, how they respond, how they hold up. Then they put them in all the mainstream places, and I just happened to be across one. I must have been 9 months, six or 9 months before it came out everywhere for everybody. So just so you know, I consider myself one of the beta testers, one of the licensed and privileged beta testers of Deluxe Asteroids, a game nobody played anyway once it came out. All right. I shared that with you. For some unknown reason, I thought that was clever and witty. All right. We had more pictures. We had more things, but we're out of time. It's time to go. I got to guess that. Now, to remember tomorrow, I got to go pick up Jennick's mom and bring her back. I want to talk about a couple things here. Lynn Gross, let me cover the sheets. Let me go back between the sheets. Lynn Goss, YouTube, what's your opinion on stockpiling? Yeah, long topic for 1 minute left. Graham Gordon, member for 1 year. Shot in the dark. Is Trippy Pineapple the $2 whore? He is not. Phil's Garage, member for 6 months. Is the $2 whore Shannon B? It is not. $2 whore is a guy. All right. Phil's Garage. Am I the $2 whore? You are not. Danny Age and Visahoochie, $20. Freudian slip there, eh, General? Wildcats. Yeah, that's the topless bar that my wife is working the pole in Las Vegas in the seniors bracket of dancing on the pole, trying to come home with that trophy. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, Freudian slip there. Hybrid Blue Dream on YouTube. What's up, boss? You got any work available, man? You seem like a business owner type, so can you hire me? Yeah, I got stuff to fix around my house before I sell it. A lot of construction out here. That should give you a clue to who the $2 whore is. TS Jedi, I once played Robotron for 5.5 hours on 1 quarter. That's impressive. Dale Wine, Facebook Blue, who remembers Cubert? Do remember Cubert? All right. So you guys, nobody guessed the $2 whore. Not even sweets. Construction is a clue. Here's another clue. Jolly green fuck. All right. For you old timers, you got it. Let me talk about one more thing before I go, and I want to talk about it just on the way out the door, but you guys got to understand something. So please listen. If you guys have advice on this, I'd be willing to take it, because I don't know how to approach this subject without sounding like a dumb shit. All right? There's a lot of people suffering. There's a lot of people suffering in the Gen X Talks family. Extras, fans, viewers, people like you. I get emails weekly. Hey, we have no money. We have no food. I get another one saying, my dad's in the hospital. He's almost near death. We need money. I get these kind of things all the time. I always try to respond to every one of them. I never leave anybody hanging. I never ignore them. I'm very heartbroken when I hear these things. Everybody wants me to, hey, can you ask everybody in Gen X Talks for a couple bucks? That would help us. I want to. But do you realize that every day, every show, I would have a new cause for you to donate to? Every show. I'd say, well, everybody open up your checkbooks. This person needs, and they do. They really need help. It's not a made-up story. I mean, I can check these things out. I can find out if it's a real thing. And even if it is, do I do that for every person that asks? Do I do it for none that ask? How do you even get into that subject? How do you even talk about it? Because no matter what, you're going to leave someone out. Somebody's not going to fit whatever mold I come up with, whatever strategy, whatever framework I put in place to try to be helpful. Someone's not going to be happy. They're going to feel like I'm being biased and something. I don't have an answer. There's a situation right now that I'm working on with someone you guys know, trying to get to a point where I feel comfortable saying something, because there's so many that have gone before that I said, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I can't put that on extras every single week. I can't do it. So I still can't do it. There's not a way for me to go about that. So I'm working with someone trying to say, if you can come up with a strategy or a something, then I can bring the strategy in, but I can't do it. If you can come up with something on your end that is something like an event or something, then I can talk about the event. I just can't promote it here, person by person, dollar by dollar. I can't. But I want you guys to know that it's something that I wrestle with. There's a lot of stuff that goes on like that I don't always share with you guys. It's just not, it's kind of a downer. But I need you guys to know that every email that we get here, we take seriously. And we answer. We try to answer every one of them ourselves. We don't have people to do it for us, just us. And on things like that, it breaks my heart. And on things like that, I wish I wish I had Elon Musk money and I'd help everybody. That's part of the reasons I'm broke all the time, is because there's a lot of money that goes out. There is. I mean, I bought a new truck, but everybody who knows me knows I drove my other ones 300,000 miles for 16 years into the ground. There's no status symbol with me on anything. I wear the same fucking shirts every day. And I wish there was a way to give more money to individuals that need it. I just don't have the means. Maybe someday. You never know. But right now, it's a difficult decision to talk about how to help. And I don't want to lay that on you guys' feet, but I do want you guys to know there are needs out there. I'm trying to work on a way to collect those and express them without sounding like I'm out there promoting any one person over another. All right. So listen, we're gonna drink tonight. I'm gonna drink some hooch right now with you guys. You guys can circle the wagons. You can raise a glass. All right. Did anybody figure it out? Oh, Loud Ones is a $2 whore. Mike Perkins is in the jar. Mike Perkins is in the jar? Holy shit. Mike Perkins is in the jar. Well, that's not who I picked. I picked Lionheart to be in the jar. So now whoever said Mike Perkins way back at the beginning of the show was right. God damn it. Well, I pressed the right goddamn button. Is it Bob McKinley? Is that what I'm getting? Bob McKinley, I owe him an apology. All right. Well, this apology, we'll include that in the drink. What are we drinking to tonight? I'm going to make it very simple. Only raise your glass if you agree. I'm very thankful for Democrats. I'm very thankful for liberals. I'm very thankful for left-wing socialists and progressives. I'm very grateful because those particular individuals have stepped on their dick so many times that they're actually turning people away from their party, more towards common sense, more towards patriotism, more towards America, more towards the rest of us, the average middle class. So thank you. Everyone on the left, thank you for all that you've done to drive people away from your party. We couldn't have done it without you, literally. This drink is for all of you. No chaser. I'm a big boy. No training wheels. 787 KGXT is rocking for KGXT. Those of you who listen to KGXTradio.com during the week, thank Josh Maddox. He's the guy over there. He's the man making it all happen, putting up the songs. There's an email, joshmaddox@genxtalks.com. You guys want to complain, you send it to trippypineapple@genxtalks.com. You got something to say about the radio station, that's Josh Maddox at genxtalks.com. You go look it up on our website. You can find the staff thread. You can find their pictures out there, what they do, and their emails. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm not sure where you're listening in from around the planet, AM, FM, Sirius, XM, or perhaps you tuned in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Thank you for wasting an hour with Gen X Talks. If you had an hour to waste, what better place to waste it than here? Remember two things. Wherever you go, well, right there is where you are. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.